Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in LJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In VLSI Design subject, Unit number 2, CMOS Fabrication Technology and Design Rule. Today's topic, Design Rules. In previous session, we discussed about N-well CMOS technology. And also we discuss about how we fabricate a N weld, and with help of the combination of PMOS and NMOS we design the N weld CMOS technology, and similarly pattern we can design a P weld CMOS technology. So in previous session we discussed how to fabricate a CMOS actually, and with help of this CMOS we can try to solve any type of Boolean function with the combination of NOR gate and NAND gate. So now as you can see, it's a 3D view of our fabrication technology when we are talking about a fabrication of MOSFET. Here you can see we are taking the P type of the substrate area, polysilicon, SiO2 layer, metallic connections. As again we apply the SiO2 layer, metallic connection and SiO2 layer. So with help of this type of the 3D view, after we are getting a specific integrated chip or we design a specific MOSFET, rather than you can design the PMOS or NMOS. So this one is a 3D way diagram that how actually the step will be carry forward one after another. Now we're talking about the design rules. See, in semester 3 you already talking or we already discussed about the stick diagrams, and we already designed the number of stick diagram with help of NAND gate, NOR gate, and in books we are generally try to design with help of the pen, and we are not using the color codes. But actually in the practical scenario, when we have a very large system and when you have a very large and different types of design topologies, so you have to go with the color code. So as you can see, we have a different color codes, like for the N diffusion it's a green, for the P diffusion we have a yellow, for polysilicon we have a red, for metal 1 we have a blue, and for metal 2 we have a dark blue or purple, and for the contact cuts we have a black color. So as you can see in the practical scenario, it will look like this. When you're talking about the PMOS enhancement, then your N plus diffusion green, and you can see the polysilicon red. And when same you're talking about the depletion type of the region, then we have to create a N plus same for the diffusion, red for the polysilicon, for the implant is needed for the depletion region. So it's look like a gray. So as you can see, it's look like a gray. So similarly, when we're talking about the inverter, so it look like this. As you can see, the simple inverter diagram. So this one is a PMOS and this one is a NMOS. So normally in the book we can see this type of the diagram configurations. And when we try to design the stick diagram, then on paper or with help of the pen we draw a simple vertical diagram. We are taking the VCC pin, and after we are taking the ground, and we are taking one normal straight line. We are consider that one is a gate. And after that we apply the input. But with help of the color you can see this one is your metal, this one is your metal 2, this one is a polysilicon, this one is an implant means connection establishment, and this one is your input. So in the color code it will look like this. So it's look very specific and also very accurate. Similarly, now we are focusing on designing the NOR gate based design. So as you can see, the NOR gate is already designed look like this. We have to take two PMOS and two NMOS. Two PMOS are connected in the series and two NMOS are connected in the parallel form. As you can see, with help of this one combination, we are creating one CMOS, and with help of these two combination, we are creating the second CMOS. It's A and B. Now, similar pattern, if you want to design the stick diagram, then it will look like this. So as you can see, for the connections for the VCC and ground, and for VSS we are taking the metallic connections. For the connections point of view, we are taking the red as a polysilicon which provide the conductivity, black it generally show the contact cuts, green is also show the metals, and for the yellow it show the implant for the PMOS channel. So as you can see, so actual design is look like this when we're talking about a practical scenario and when we're talking about a actual CMOS design. Similarly, suppose I have a different Boolean equation and try to solve it. So it's look like this. C, A and B. C is a series connection with A and B, and A and B are parallel. Similarly, and normal concept, whenever we're talking about the PMOS series, then we take NMOS in parallel. So similar pattern as you can see. We have opposite design. So now we can implement in stick diagram ways. It's look like this. As you can see, we are taking VCC out and ground line. We are taking the metal of A, B and C. We put a black color for the contact establishment, and for the PMOS we use a yellow, and similarly for the NMOS design we use a green color, and for the connection establishment we use a red for provide the conductivity between the path. As you can see, we are taking the black for the connection establishment, and then finally output. So basically stick diagram is play a main role, and we can also design this type of the stick diagram in backend tools, because as I told you, VLSI have a main two section, front end and back end. When we're talking about the front end designing, then we are talking about the VHDL, Verilog, System Verilog, OVM, UVM methodologies. But now we move to a backend design, then we're talking about the CMOS or transistor level design. So we can also design this type of design in Cadence tool, and also there are the number of other tools that we can design. It's NC Spice, P Spice. Now what is design rule? The design rule are formed to translate the circuit design concept or stick diagram in actual geometry in silicon. The main objective of design rule is to achieve a high overall yield and reliability while using the smallest possible silicon area for any circuit to be manufactured with a particular process. Definitely, when you're talking about the yield means we already discussed the yield in chapter number 1. It's a manufacturing ability. There are the two types, is a functional yield and parametric yield. It generally terms when we're talking about manufacturing side. Reliability is also play a main role, because with help of the reliability you can achieve a better result, and the main objective is that we have to reduce the size. See, the design rule is play a main concept when you're talking about the size constraint, because design rule is only one particular rule. With help of that particular rule, any chip can be fabricated. So, and what exactly the distance between two transistor, what exactly the distance between two MOSFET, what exactly the distance between two VCC line, ground line, they all are calculated with help of the design rule only. So it's play a main role when you try to design VLSI technology on backend side. It's called as a lambda based rule. The design rule are usually described in two ways. Absolute design rule, it's a micro based design rule. In this approach, the design rule are expressed in absolute dimension. Example, 0.75 micrometers, nanometers, and therefore can exploit the features of the given process to the maximum degree. Scalable design rules, it's totally based on the lambda based design rule. The Moses rules are defined in terms of a single parameter lambda. The rules are so chosen that the design can be easily ported over a cross section of individual process, making the layout portable. So this design rule is play a main role when we talking about VLSI technology, and when we talking about the MOSFET technology, because we use only lambda based design rule for design the scalable product or design the scalable process. It play a main role when you talking about a lambda based concept, because what exactly the meaning of scaling is all about the measurement, and it play a main role when we talking about the area constraint. So these are the two rules: absolute design based rule and scalable design based rule. We mainly focus on the scalable design build rules because a scaling factor is play a main role when we're talking about the area. As you can see, we have a different types of concept, like we have a metal, we have a contact cuts, we have a gates, we have end diffusion, pre-diffusion. So now we're talking about the metal based rules. So metal spacing can be described over here. Suppose you're talking about the metal, then you have a diffusion of n plus and p plus, then you have to take a width minimum, it's a 2 lambda. Like there are the different units like centimeter, meter, millimeter. So we have in VLSI technology, we have a unit, it's the lambda based rule. And when you're talking about the distance between 2-bit diffusion or 3-bit diffusion, that definitely it should be 3 lambda, as you can see. And when you're talking about the polysilicon, then we have to take a minimum difference or minimum size between the two polysilicon is 2 lambda, and the width is also 2 lambda, as you can see. And when we're talking about the minimum separation or minimum width, then when we consider about the metal, then it should be a 3 lambda, and between two metal it should be a 3 lambda. When you're talking about the metal 2, then it should be a 4 lambda. So these are the certain rules. You cannot break this rule. If you break this rule now, then your CMOS design will not work successfully, because you are working with a VLSI technology, we are designing a VHDL Verilog code, but inside it there is a transistor, and transistor can design with help of the backend technology, and there are the certain rules to design the backend technology, and these are the certain rules when we're talking about the metal. You have to take a minimum 3 lambda size when you're talking about the metal. When you're talking about the n plus diffusion, we have a minimum width 2 lambda. If you go below below the 2 lambda or below the 3 lambda, then your design will not work successfully. Okay, so make sure that these rules are very important when you design and fabricate any chip level. As you can see, for the transistor based rule, suppose you want to design the NMOS enhancement transistor, then definitely you have to take a 2 cross 2 matrix or 2 lambda by 2 lambda designing for the NMOS enhancement. Similarly, for the PMOS enhancement, you cannot below or you cannot reduce the size below 2 lambda into 2 lambda. Otherwise, your device or your design will not work successfully. Same way, when you're talking about the NMOS depletion type of the enhancement or depletion type of the design, then you have to take a 6 lambda into 6 lambda. Otherwise, your design will not work. So these are the certain rules. Because of that reason, there are lots of R&D work still exist in VLSI technology, because as for the Moore's law, number of transistors increases, then performance of the chip increase. But for increase the performance of the chip, we have to increase the transistor. And how we can increase the transistor? You have to reduce the size, and you have to follow such rules. Fine, and these are the certain rules that we have to follow when we design a VLSI technology. As you can see, the minimum area between the contact, it's a 2 lambda, it's a 1 lambda. As you can see, it's a 2 lambda minimum when you're talking about a diffusion area. So these are the rules when we're talking about a specific transistor based concept. Now what is contact cuts? Now when we're talking about the contact cuts is really used to provide the conductivity between the two regions. And there are several generally available contact rules for metal to P active or P diffusion, metal to N diffusion. We have, as you already see in the previous slide, also we have a metal to polysilicon, metal to well means the region or substrate. So these are the certain rules for the contact. Now, as you can see, when you're talking about the contact establishment, then the metal to polysilicon or to diffusion, you have to make this diagram, or you have to make this particular area minimum when you're talking about a metal to polysilicon or to diffusion. It's a minimum 3 lambda. When you can see that when we're talking about the center on, when you have a corner one, then you have to take a 2 cross 2 matrix, and when we design the minimum separation multiple cuts, then still you have a concept, you have to take a minimum 2 lambda width, else your design will not work successfully, as you can see. So these are the certain rules that you have to be follow when we designing the any chip concept or when we work on any chip technologies. So I hope that you like what exactly the VLSI technology is and what exactly VLSI design rule is. Fine. Now the contact cuts, we have a polysilicon to metal, then metal to diffusion. buried contact to diffusion, butting contacts when we try to design or when you try to connect any type of the technologies, when you try to connect the P diffusion and diffusion, when you try to connect the multiple devices on particular chip area, then these are the certain rules that we have to follow to make a connections between the gates to polysilicon, polysilicon to gates. So these are the certain rules that we have to follow when we design a VLSI technology. So I hope that you like this session and you also have any query related to the design rules or related to the VLSI technology, then we definitely work on it. And also we can design this particular rules in software. Also we have a PSpice software, ngSpice software. Unfortunately we don't have a Cadence software because Cadence definitely you have to purchase the software and it's very costly, but we can work on the ngSpice or PSpice and getting the idea that how we can design a NMOS, PMOS and CMOS, or also you can design the NAND gate, NOR gate with help of this backend technology, because it play a main role when you are dealing with the VLSI technology. See, in all over the India there is no fabrication plant, but only 10 to 15% people are generally working on the backend technology, and after that we go to the China or US to make a fabrication of the chip. So it play a main role when you working on the VLSI technology. And backend, we can say that if you know the backend very well, then you can design any type of the technology in this world, because backend have a very nano or micro technologies that you have to study when you're working on the transistor level concept. So make sure that this unit or this rule is play a main role in VLSI technology. See, still you have any doubt, then you can contact me, or we can try to design in the practical session also on the live sessions, and you can see how we can design a fabricate a specific MOSFET using the software. So thank you very much. I hope you like this session, and if you have any doubt, then you can contact me. So thank you very much.